and welcome to the Morning Update. I'm Tina Quinn. Extreme weather is occurring nationwide, with parts of New South Wales experiencing its hottest day of the year, intense bushfires in Victoria, and ongoing heat waves and heavy rain across Queensland. A southerly buster brought thunderstorms and broke the swelter in New South Wales yesterday, but Queensland remains gripped by intense heat. And in Victoria, multiple bushfires are raging in the state's west. Watch and act warnings are in place around Little Desert National Park and the Grampians. For one resident on the outskirts of Little Desert, it was too late. Tony returning to find his home of 10 years gutted by flames.
That's the shed, machinery in that, cars in that, all the cars there, swimming pool in the back, nothing left of that, and everything's still on fire, it's all smouldering.
Donald Trump's crackdown on immigration has moved beyond just people living in the US illegally. Officials have reportedly issued bans and restrictions on legal migration, including programs for refugees displaced by violence. The president is vowing to go further as well, pushing for violent offenders who might not be illegal immigrants to be removed.
If they've been arrested many times, they're repeat offenders by many numbers. I want them out of our country. I also will be seeking permission to do so. We're going to get approval, hopefully, to get them the hell out of our country.
Israel's ambassador to the United Nations says that the UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees must stop its operations in Jerusalem by Thursday local time. The Israeli government passed legislation last year outlawing UNRWA and prohibiting Israeli authorities from having contact with it. UNRWA says the move will be disastrous and cripple its work in Gaza and the occupied West Bank. But UN Ambassador Danny Danon accuses the agency of colluding with terrorists.
This decision was driven by UNRWA's constant refusal to address the widespread infiltration of its ranks by Hamas and other terrorist organizations.
UNRWA has continually insisted that it's committed to neutrality in the conflict. Returning home, and inflation data for the December quarter will be released today, and it's expected to show inflation at about 2.5%, its lowest level in 3 years, but it may not be enough for the Reserve Bank to start cutting interest rates. Economists say the RBA may hold off due to several factors that distort overall inflation, including the recent fall in the Aussie dollar and uncertainty over the global economy. New figures have predicted living standards in Australia won't recover to pre-pandemic levels until 2030. That's despite record federal and state government spending. The sharp rise in consumer prices over the past 3 years have pushed real wages down to 2011 levels. A Queensland influencer accused of drugging her baby daughter will appear in court today for bail proceedings. Police allege the woman took photos and videos of the 18-month-old child to elicit donations. She's facing several charges, including multiple counts of administering poison with intent to harm and torture. A magistrate will make a ruling today on whether to grant her bail. The former Victorian Premier Dan Andrews and his wife Catherine are facing new legal action over the car crash that injured a teenage cyclist in 2013. The Herald Sun reports the couple has been given 28 days to apologise and pay compensation before the matter heads to the federal court. Mr Andrews has previously said he and Catherine are sorry the cyclist was injured in the accident, but maintain they did nothing wrong. To sport, and Travis Head has been named to open the batting with Usman Khawaja for the first test against Sri Lanka in Galle. It's left Sam Constas in limbo, with the final makeup of the team finalised later today. The Dragons have called a board meeting to determine the future of star forward Francis Molo after he took a leave of absence from training over the past 2 weeks. The 30-year-old is expected to front up at the club tomorrow night to explain himself. And scans have cleared Tigers marquee signing Jerome Luau of serious injury. He picked up a quad injury last week at training, but it's thought he'll be fine to play round 1. In entertainment, a war of words is escalating between Selena Gomez and an aspiring Republican senator. Senate candidate Sam Parker has called for the actor and singer, who has Mexican heritage, to be deported. Gomez took to Instagram thanking him for the laugh and the threat. And that's the latest from the Nova podcast team. We'll see you this afternoon for another episode of The Update.